Welcome to Control Alt Podcast. If you open your phone right now, just for a second, and start scrolling, what do you actually see?
It's a blur.
It's a total blur.
Yeah.
You might get a political soundbite, a quick cooking hack, someone doing a dance trend.
And it all just flies by.
Exactly. And what's really fascinating, and this is what our sources are all pointing to, is that this pattern, this speed, it's not just entertainment anymore.
No.
It's actually becoming the fundamental template for how we consume information, how we tell stories, even how we work. It's the TikTokification of everything.
It's a huge shift. And this intense compression, it's not just about shorter videos. It's about completely rewiring our expectations for, well, everything. Our sources are looking at how history lessons, news, even job resumes, and political debates are all getting squeezed into these little 10 or 20-second loops.
And that's changing our culture, our language, our politics.
And crucially, the way our actual brains process the world.
So that's our mission for this deep dive. We're going to unpack the engineering behind this whole transformation.
Right.
We want to look at the psychological mechanisms that made this template so successful, and then analyze the results, from the individual brain all the way up to global culture. So let's start at the epicenter. The brain. I mean, short-form video isn't new. We had Vine, we had Snapchat.
Instagram pushed it hard, too.
Right. So why did TikTok just explode where the others kind of plateaued or fizzled out? What was the secret ingredient?
Well, it perfected the formula. It's this blend of speed, surprise, and just endless novelty. It's totally frictionless.
What do you mean by frictionless?
The whole thing is engineered for instant gratification. The key is the pacing. You get a new visual, a new sound, a new punchline, and you swipe again before your brain can even fully process the last clip.
So your brain never catches up to your thumb.
It's designed so it can't. The stream is always one step ahead.
It sounds kind of stressful, but obviously it works. It keeps people scrolling for hours. What's the psychological engine making it so addictive?
It's pure reinforcement. It's this concept called variable reward conditioning. And we really have to get this because it's the core of everything. If you've ever seen a rat pressing a lever for a totally random pellet of food, or
I've just been near a slot machine.
Exactly, you get the mechanism. You never know if the next swipe, the next pull of the lever is going to give you a huge reward, a small one, or nothing. And that uncertainty is what keeps you hooked.
But the difference between a slot machine in a casino and the phone in your pocket is huge.
Oh, it's monumental. A slot machine has physical limits. You run out of money. The algorithm has infinite content.
And it's learning.
It's constantly optimizing in real time based on your tiniest behaviors. How long you pause, if you rewatch something, who you share it with. It's not just random reward. It's adaptive.
Yeah.
It learns exactly the kind of randomness you love.
Which brings us to the biggest complaint you always hear about this stuff. The death of the attention span.
Right, that we've all broken our brains.
Yeah, that it's some kind of societal failure. But the sources we looked at have a much sharper take on what's really going on.
And this is so important to get right. The idea that we've just lost our ability to pay attention, it's not really accurate.
It's not that we have shorter attention spans.
No, we have trained attention spans. That's the key phrase from the source material. Years of this rapid-fire, high-reward content has literally adapted our brains to expect that pace. It's like a cognitive muscle memory.
You feel it all the time.
Yeah.
You click on a YouTube video, right, a tutorial, and the person spends more than 10 seconds on their intro.
You're gone.
You just skip ahead. You're literally acting out your trained attention. You can't help it.
Exactly. If your brain is now wired to expect some kind of reward, piece of info, an emotional hit every 3 to 5 seconds, then longer stuff starts to feel, well, punishing.
An article feels like homework. A 20-minute video feels like a huge commitment.
It's not that the content is bad. It's that the delivery feels inefficient compared to this new standard your brain has set. You just become allergic to slow buildup.
Okay, so the brain is trained for speed. Let's talk about how that changes how we communicate, how language itself evolves, because it's not just videos that are faster.
Oh, the speed of language evolution now is
Wow.
it's breathtaking. You see phrases go global in days, not years.
Like what?
Think about something like, it's giving, or how people use specific audio clips as like a direct emotional response in a conversation.
Right.
And our sources really stress this isn't traditional slang. Slang usually comes from a specific local community.
This is different. These are more like formats. They're these super flexible linguistic templates that you can just plug into almost any situation.
Exactly.
Yeah.
A political take, a fashion review, a funny story about your cat. It all fits the format. It's language built for remixing.
And the algorithm is the engine for all of this.
It's a cultural blender on a scale we've never seen before. It doesn't care about geography or shared history. It just mixes ages, countries, identities, all in one scroll.
And that's how humor becomes globalized now. It used to be so local, you know? You had to have the cultural context to get the joke.
But not anymore. A teenager in Manila and a teenager in Manchester can share the exact same inside joke.
Because they've seen the same obscure audio clip.
They don't share a culture, but they share a For You page.
Yeah.
And that creates this global vernacular built on these tiny, shared digital moments.
So let's bring this back to that attention curve, that impatience we were talking about. It really reframes the whole people are getting dumber argument.
It does, because the takeaway isn't that society is becoming less intelligent. It's becoming less tolerant of slow communication.
Right.
Modern attention just rejects anything that takes too long to get to the payoff. If you can't deliver that hit of information or emotion quickly, your message, no matter how important, just gets scrolled past. It's seen as inefficient.
And that expectation for speed has really serious consequences when we move out of memes and into, say, politics or our professional lives.
Yeah, this is where information compression gets really powerful and really risky. Well, in political debate, this compression is just a brutal filter. Complex policy, historical context. It all gets squeezed down into a 10-second video designed for an instant emotional reaction.
Outrage, solidarity, mockery.
Exactly. And when you compress things that much, nuance isn't just lost, it becomes optional. Emotion's the only thing that's mandatory.
And suddenly facts are competing with vibes.
And vibes usually win. Think about the example from our sources. A 7-second, out-of-context clip of a politician looking confused for a moment.
Yeah.
That little clip can totally obliterate a 45-minute speech they gave on climate policy, because the clip offers a fast, easy emotional payoff. A simple judgment.
I have to ask, though, can't this compression ever be a good thing? I mean, sometimes traditional media is slow on purpose to hide something.
That's a great point. And absolutely, this is a tool. It can be used to mobilize people, to expose hypocrisy, to share information that was being suppressed.
What if there's a catch?
The catch is that because the content must be short to get any traction, the system as a whole just favors emotion over accuracy. The less context you have, the more easily opinion is driven by feeling, not by facts. As one source put it, democracy wasn't built for jump cuts.
And now this whole mindset is showing up in our professional lives. It's not just for fun anymore. It's about getting a job.
For sure. The rise of the video resume, or creators building these mini portfolios online, it's a direct result of this shift.
It signals that attention itself is now a hiring filter.
It is. Recruiters and hiring managers are scrolling through LinkedIn profiles and personal sites just like a social feed. If you don't grab them immediately, you just failed the attention test. Your application is effectively invisible.
So you have, what, 15 seconds to sell your entire career?
Pretty much. And that's why the line between your professional identity, your personal brand, and being a content creator is just dissolving.
It's all blending together.
In a competitive field, having a sharp, engaging, digestible digital presence isn't an extra anymore. It's how you compete. You have to be visible. You have to perform.
Wow. Your career has literally become part of the content loop. So if everything is this fragmented and fast, what does that do to our memory? How do we remember the world now?
It's a dramatic change. We're moving away from linear narrative memory to something much more fragmented.
What does that mean?
Our memory is becoming more episodic, sensory, and trigger-based. We're relying less on deep story-like pathways and more on these immediate gut-level associations.
I can feel that. You hear a song, and instead of it reminding you of, say, a specific summer, it just reminds you of a viral sound.
Exactly. Or you see a product in a store, and you instantly recall a 12-second review you saw on it.
We're building a collective memory from shared digital micro-moments, not just from big lived experiences.
That's the perfect way to put it. These tiny, emotionally charged clips, the sounds, the visuals, they become our new cultural touchstones. We're building our shared history 15 seconds at a time.
And the ultimate gatekeeper in all this is the algorithm. It decides what we see, what trends, and so what we end up remembering.
It's the new editor-in-chief. It's taken over the role of traditional gatekeepers, like newspaper editors or TV networks. It replaces that institutional authority with hyper-personalization.
But that personalization comes at a cost,
Right.
right? If every piece of content has to be optimized for that 15-second dopamine hit, doesn't it all start to look and feel the same?
That's the flattening of culture the sources talk about. When everything is optimized for instant performance, you see a convergence.
What does that look like?
Rapid cuts, loud audio, punchy delivery, very high emotion. It can reach the entire globe, but it often sacrifices cultural depth and texture to do it. Everything becomes remixable, which is powerful, but also kind of homogenized.
Before we wrap up, I think we have to touch on the pessimism that comes with this. It's easy to hear all this and think that depth is dead, that complex thought is over.
Right, the sky is falling.
Yeah. But our sources offer a really vital piece of nuance here.
And this is the crucial distinction to make. Short-form video didn't kill depth. It killed inefficiency.
Oh.
People still watch long documentaries, they listen to 2-hour podcasts, they read deep, meaningful books, but they'll only do it when the content is intentional, beautifully made, and respects their time. They reject the stuff that just wastes time getting to the point.
So that's the real challenge for anyone trying to communicate today. The future isn't just about making things shorter and shorter.
No, it's about making intentional content. It has to respect the viewer's trained attention, but it still has to deliver substance. You have to earn that time, even if you start with a 15-second hook.
So to pull this whole deep dive together,
Mm.
the TikTokification of everything isn't just a trend.
It's a fundamental re-engineering of human communication. It's a language, a political arena, a memory filter, a hiring tool, and, yeah, a new pattern of thinking. We're all living in this new, high-speed cognitive world now.
So the final takeaway for you is this. Short video is the new literacy. It's the main thing shaping our language, our memory, our humor, our identity, and it's doing it at a speed we're still just trying to understand.
And like any literacy, from the invention of writing to the printing press, it can create brilliance or it can create chaos. The real challenge for you is to learn how to scroll without letting the scroll replace thinking, because the algorithm will always keep spinning. It's always going to be optimizing for your attention. It's up to you to decide what actually deserves it, whether that's for 15 seconds or for a lifetime.